Yo. How's it going, guys? Richard Unicorn Caller here, and today we have the updates. Let's just get right into it. A new year brings new magical pots. Oh, skip this intro! Let's go to the main parts of this update. New pet features, item UI revamp, set bonuses, buy now on Inspect, 2 new Beast Moon haps, a new skeleton key boss, fell spawn, and Chrysalis Farming, not farm, why did I say farming? Chrysalis Fishing, advanced mover for decorators, and FTUE improvement. I mean, honestly, Chrysalis Farming would be pretty cool. Alright, let's go into the new pet features. Let's do it! Alright, let's talk about Pet Mastery, alright? This is the new happiness trait that they got, am I right? This is pretty cool, alright? Pet Mastery is a way to reward your time spent with your pets. You earn mastery points each time you win a pet game, unlocking mastery badges beginning at 25 wins. It's super easy to track your wins on the pet game screens over time. Once you earn the badge, you can autoplay the game, spending an energy as usual, and feed your pet immediately. It's pretty cool you can autoplay the games. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, for our veteran players, we're happy to tell you that we've been tracking a number of plays and wins for Grumpy Gobblers and Way of the Ninja Pig events since the games were introduced. So, those event stats will automatically be grandfathered in the Pet Mastery system. Interesting. This is interesting to see if your game stats actually pass over to whatever this is. So now we go over to the pet happiness. Let's get it. Many of the new pet features making it into the spring update are dependent on a new pet stat, happiness. Pets use happiness to perform a variety of marvelous feats. Each pet starts with a certain amount of happiness. Happiness is used to by pets by performing different pet actions and cool stuff like combat talent and adventure talents. Now, in order to raise your pet's happiness, you need to feed it pet snacks. Don't worry, you can't overfeed your pet. Some activities deplete happiness at a steady rate, such as play as your pet and some other features and stuff like that for each activation. Now, here's another cool stuff. We got these new stuff. We got like Ice Seed Farmer, Life Scout. So these are pretty interesting adventure talents and combat talents. All right, let's get right into it. Now, some pets have adventure talents, which allow you to send your pet to fetch reagents or chests. This is pretty dope. All right, it might go to gold, reagent, treasure cards, or even spell mints. That is insane. Now, when the pet comes back, they may get a bonus from a custom loot table. Now, this is for the chest interaction. We got the reagent interaction. You might get a bonus from a custom school-specific loot table. Now, we know you adore your pets, and we realize that you probably teach them all sorts of tricks. We're giving you a new way to teach them tricks by providing them with special talents. We got combat talents for the fight of your pets. The pet, you can cast them on command, or as we call them, will cast. Now, each combat talent has a wind up. It's how many rounds must pass before you can use it, and it also has a cooldown of how many rounds must pass before you can use it again, and then max amounts of activations. This is how many times I can use it in a single combat. Now, to all that use a will cast combat talent, activate your pet's spell before selecting your wizard's own spell or passing the round, and this will basically use happiness. So this will basically be using happiness instead of like mana. Now, for now, all the pet will cast are no PvP, obviously, but as we evaluate these systems, we hope to lift that restriction in future updates. So eventually, Willcast will be in PvP if they want to. Now we got some locked talents. Now some of these talents appear in your pet in a locked state. Now in order to unlock these talents, you'll need to collect new pet reagents and all that stuff. You can get all of these from the pet talents. Now once your wizard unlocks a particular talent on a pet, that wizard can then hatch it with another pet with that same talent is included. It has a chance to get passed down. So they do not transfer between characters. It doesn't transfer between characters. Alright, remember that. But it is interesting to see how this is going to work out, though. The pets can only have one adventure talent, they can only have one combat talent. And we're also getting some new pets. There will also be re-releases of 7 level 48 pets and all this stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Several premium pets have been added to the live events, yada yada yada. Egg timers are the big one. Beginning with this update, pets that you acquire from quests, loot drops, or crowns purchases, they hatch instantly. Okay, there's no hatch timer. Pets that you acquire by hatching with another pet, however, have a new hatch timer that varies based on the age of that parent. Now, the older pets take longer to hatch. You can now pay gold to hatch these eggs faster. You can use gold to hatch eggs, dude. I never thought I'd see that, dude. That's awesome. Man, that is awesome. That's just crazy, man. It's just crazy how far this game has come. You can finally hatch with gold. Or not with gold, you can finally, like, hatch eggs with gold. Like, that's just crazy to me. Alright. Then you got the, new pet promeniade and stuff like that. Pretty much the same thing on the Spiral Showcase, except it focuses on your pet. It says win a pet game, feed a pet snack, one, that's the same thing. Hatch a pet, which is interesting. This is 25 points if you hatch a pet. Feed pet snacks for happiness. Alright, pretty cool stuff. Now remember, the hatchmaking kiosk also got a lot of expensive. I don't know where that was. Where was that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, here it goes. The cost formula for hatching pet has been adjusted, so accounting for both pet pedigree and an age, in-person hatching cost will generally be cheaper than before, while kiosk prices will generally be more expensive as your pet age and pedigree develop. As we mentioned above, we also have the pet mastery. So basically, if you're hatching from the pet kiosk, it's gonna cost more. So I don't know how much, but make sure you got some gold. Ugh. Make sure you got some gold. Now, beginning with this update, we talked about the egg timers already. Item UI revamp. I wanted to talk about this one. This one's pretty cool. So we revamped the item UI interface. Our goal was to make an item comparison intuitive and easy for you to navigate. Basic stats, bonus adjustments, and cards. Many of the new item UI interfaces are accessed by Control left click. Honestly, I don't have to read all this. I can just tell you guys. So this is what the new UI is going to look like. It's going to show you if it's like a crown item or if it's farmable and stuff like that. We can see that this is a myth wizard that is comparing two helmets. So this is the Paradox hat and this is the Vanguard hat. And so what would happen if he equipped the Vanguard hat, there would be a 2% decrease in his damage, but he would get more critical, more pierce, and a little bit more health, and he would also get a myth trap card, a mass myth trap card. So, when we talk about this, it's pretty interesting, because now, this is going to be way easier for casual players to see what better suits them. Now, sometimes it ain't going to be good, and sometimes people are going to have to play smart, but this is really good. And this is good for my gear comparison videos, too. I'm always comparing gears and stuff like that, like Jade and the Spooky Carnival, This is amazing. This is really great, and I think a lot of people are going to like this. I really hope a lot of people like this, because this is dope. This is going to be awesome. We can also see on the left side that we got the tab section here, so that's pretty cool, too. Alright. We've also retooled the way you indicate bonus spells. We now indicate how many spells are provided by your gear and by using small pips. Spell cards are color-coded to show you where it came from. Interesting. Set bonuses. Another big one right here. This is a big one. The set bonuses are now being added to your equipment. Set bonuses grant you an additional stats and benefits if you equip multiple stats or multiple gears, basically. Now, this person right here has the full Dragoon set. Let me tell y'all something. Do not put on that robe. Telling everybody, don't do it because of the bonus stats. That Dragoon robe is bad. Okay? It has no offensive stats, right? So, if you're someone that's not a tank or if you're someone that's a Storm Wizard, then you'll know that you probably won't be using the Dragoon robe. Now, I believe this is just based off of the amount of gears you have. Now, we're launching this feature with a couple of sets that you collect, with more coming in the future now. Sets are per school in some cases. Interesting. So I want to see if this also applies to, like, Darkmoor gear. It would be interesting if that applied. I have to check that out. Yeah, we can see this. Just don't do it. It's not worth it. I really don't want to see people running this. Now, it's good in some cases, But don't do it, alright? I'm telling you, it's not worth it, alright? It's fine if you want to do it, but if you're more of an experienced player, then you're probably not going to be using this as much. But, it's still pretty cool to have. Still pretty cool. Now, buy now on Inspect. Are you tired of asking people where did you get that and maybe they don't even remember? Well, we have a solution for you. Buy now on Inspect is a new feature that allows you to right-click on a wizard and select options to view what they are wearing, hovering over many of the... Oh, man. Let me tell y'all something. This is overpowered. This is great. Okay? Now, when you're inspecting someone's equipment, you can now click on the icon and it will pop up in all locations. You find them in game shops, boss, loot drops, everything, alright? If the item can be found on a prepaid card, there is a button that will take you to the webpage with more information about that card. Now, if the item can be purchased in the crown shop, either by itself or in a bundle, or as a chance to receive it in a booster pack, you can click the buy button. Look at this. This is awesome. You can now buy stuff. It's like when Kakashi is fighting Zabuza and he uses the Sharingan on Zabuza and he's doing like the same like water shark bomb jutsu. Like that's just crazy, man. To think about how you can basically copy someone's set now. If you have enough gold or crowns, obviously, obviously. Now, if the item is stitched, you can choose to find the appearance or the stats. The item has been stitched. Which one would you like to buy? Go ahead and find a wizard on test room to try it out. This makes me wonder if some certain gears like Darkmoor, if you could just buy somebody's Darkmoor gear with gold. I would imagine that wouldn't be able to happen. Maybe, I don't know. If that's true, if you can buy you can basically buy Darkmoor gear. Like, I have to look. I have to look for myself, but you can basically buy Darkmoor gear now. New Beast Moon maps. Ah, yes, Celestia. This is a Celestia map. Oh, yes. And the Aquila Mines. This one looks really good. I'm excited for these new maps, alright? I didn't like the other new map. I think that was one in Avalon. I felt like that map was a little jagged. I felt like it was just way too jagged. But these maps look really open, and I like it. It looks interesting. The Mines looks interesting. I can't wait for that. Now, they also got some new overpowered beast forms to make everybody else rage quit. We got the Life Fairy, and this beast can basically heal and hit, it generate pips, and expertly exploit blades. So, yeah, that's already overpowered. Oh, man. Join as a group. Who do I gotta kiss for this? Man, this is the best. The best. Hands down, the best thing they could add to the Beast Moon. Okay? The best thing they can add to the Beast Moon. Okay? Listen, if you don't want to play, you can drop out of the group. But if you're in a group, basically, you can basically just have 6 players. But wait, this also begs to differ. Can you add more people to a group? Like 6 people in a group? Because I'm pretty sure like the limit for a group or adding to a group is like 4 or something like that. Or if it's a different UI, I think it's like a different UI. But yeah, if you have a group that is added, and, you can do this, and it will add like a solo player in there. So basically, you can play with your friends now. So finally, thank you. Finally, who is about to go on a winning streak? Please, man. Then we got the anti-griefing, which isn't gonna do. We also got the skeleton key. Hellspawn is what I like to call him. I like to call him Hellspawn. I think that just sounds awesome. Now, deep beneath the bustling Wizard City streets lies an eldritch horror, the Hellspawn, sealed away, which is called Fellspawn, obviously. But I think Hellspawn is better. Like, I'm just gonna call it Hellspawn. I don't know. I think it just sounds more cool. I think it just sounds cool. I don't know. I just like the name to it. Anyway, this place or this boss is pretty hard. If you pass the gold skeleton key boss, do it with your friends and all that stuff. If the Hellspawn is real or not. Here are some requirements and the location to get it started. It's in the Wizard City Catacombs, the Fathomless Tomb. The requirements you must have is no place like the Catacombs. Level 130. Chance to drop the Dragoon equipment set. You can get the whole Dragoon equipment set. Oh my goodness, that is awesome. Now you don't even have to craft it, dude. You can just farm him. Chrysalis Fishing, which is pretty interesting. We got some cool little Chrysalis fish. We got this little... Oh, these are really cool fish. Look at the Black Widow spider. Look at that. Okay, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. We got some advanced move for the castle decorators. Pretty interesting stuff. If you wanted to move your item, you can read all about that. We got the FTU improvements, which is all the way up to Triton Avenue as well. We saw that. Pretty cool stuff. Miscellany. Turn-based planning phase from tournaments are now implemented in the standard PvP. Pretty cool stuff. And that PvP tournaments are now free. The rewards have been removed. Interesting. Shadow spells no longer. Double reduce backlash. Okay, interesting. Shadow spells backlash have been adjusted in starting value and now cap at 70%, which I don't even know what 70% means. I don't know the big boy words. Players in the team up queue can enter instances again with a warning about access. And then players can now buy treasure cards from the bazaar via Harold Augustin. Added a second chance chest to the catacombs, Big U, TC, various monster spawns, several stuff, yada yada yada. Personally, I'm excited for this whole thing. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm gonna get on test round and I'm gonna feed my baby and brother, take a shower, and yeah, we're gonna have fun. See you guys later.